All right. Going to start letting in everybody from on the YouTube side. Gives them a moment to make sure they get the notification, receive the call that we're on. A lot of times that doesn't happen with YouTube, so we're going to bring them on early, and we'll bring in Periscope at 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock Eastern if that if you're on the East Coast. So we'll let them again come in a little bit early over here on YouTube. It's really a shame that some of them don't get the notifications, but that's what happens. House voted to approve 1 week government funding. All right, let's let Periscope in. It's 11 o'clock. Good morning, Don. How is everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Utah Red Hat. Good morning. Good to see you. Dee Dee, good to see you. Mutuf. Michelle, hello. Mrs. Second Amendment, how are you? Please swipe and invite everybody if you will. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you all. Got to get more in people with YouTube. I'll let YouTube in early so they could get warmed up over there. Good to see everybody. I feel like I'm at a tennis match this morning. Hey, Melody, good to see you. Hey, Sally, good morning. Good to see you. Everybody on YouTube, if you could let people know that you're in YouTube, invite them in. Yeah, YouTube is on, Shauna. It's on. I guess you didn't get a notification. Actually, I let people in on YouTube a minute early. I don't know where James is. I know where SLR is. She should be over in a minute, Don. SLR's, you're being missed on the other side. His song, Good Morning, Good Morning. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see everybody. Good morning. Thank you. Eight, and she's there. All right. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, people. We made it to Friday. Can you believe it's Friday? Nice to see Friday. All right. Good morning, Tim. Kim, good morning. Lisa, good to see you. Everybody, thanks for sharing. Thanks for inviting. On Fridays we should start making Fridays more of Friday fun day. So we'll have news, but we'll have some fun at the same time. Would that be great? Yeah. And you may see me later on today. You just never know. What do you think about the tax plan? Sally, Sally's asking me what do I think about the tax plan. Oh, what was the secret news? Well, his song "Girl." Just go to my timeline; you'll find out. My friend and whistleblower, VA whistleblower Brandon Coleman, was there at the signing yesterday of the VA Whistleblower Protection Act. He met President Trump and he also met Vice President Pence. There's also a video that I just put out. He was on Fox and Friends this morning, and yeah, it was super super cool. And there's some pictures, and there's a video this morning from Fox and Friends when he did an interview with them. So it's like really great to see him there. Really great to see him get that opportunity. Hi, Jerry. Good to see you. So, I mean, I know he's still riding pretty high on that. I mean, who wouldn't be meeting the president and the vice president? I know. LA Child, how are you? Yeah. So, I mean, great for him, great for all of us. It was great to see him there. I took a lot of pictures from the TV, but he had the really nice pictures from being there. So, swipe and share, please swipe and share. And everybody over on YouTube, please retweet. Tell everybody we're here. Ask them to come on in. This is where you get no hype, but you get all truth, and we discuss the truth. Nobody's here with the right or wrong answer. Everybody's here with discussing what is the right and wrong answer, doing our own research about it. He's another helping mega. Yes, Ed, definitely. And it was so great because Brandon has three, count them, three children that are in the Marine Corps, active duty Marine Corps, and he was active duty Marine himself. So it's so great. And you'll see in that video from Fox, I know. You'll see all of his children. They took a picture together at Christmas, and it's so cool. I mean, it really is. I know. And Brandon's a great guy. Like I said yesterday, he's a great guy. His family's really great people too. I got to hang out with him at the beach with his family. My husband and I went, and we spent the day with them, and it was really cool. I will, Utah. I will. You can see if you go to SusanKnowles.com. I did a lot of articles on him during the 18 months that he was having to go through hell with the VA. So there's some articles there that you can find on him if you're interested in reading a little bit more about what he went through. I mean, it was pretty amazing. And like he was saying this morning, we got this act and it's very good, and we got this executive order signed, but we really need to get things implemented. Yeah. Oh no, poor puppy. So, I mean, it's great to see people who are making America great, one child at a time, one day at a time, and everything that they do. But Coleman, Coleman. And if you run down my timeline, you'll see some of the things. Clean up your act. You're welcome. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy reading about him. But, if you read his story, it just shows that we have so much more work to do. I mean, there is a lot to try to accomplish. There are a lot of whistleblowers still there in the VA right now, from my understanding, that are really getting a hard time. So hopefully this executive order will embolden them to come out and tell the truth and get help from Congress and the inspectors general there and everything else. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Yeah, so go look at his story and see what it's all about. And he did settle with the VA. Yeah, I am busy, Don. Yeah, very awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, so right before we came on, the House voted to extend 1 week of government funding. So it looks like we're not going to close down at least for another week. So we'll see if the Senate votes the same. Probably will. I mean, so the government's not going to shut down. I have to. Okay. All right. Sounds great, Beck. Thanks for coming in. And Beck, I might be on tonight on YouTube, so I hope you're subscribed over there. You never know when it's gonna send out a notification that you may miss if you're not subscribed on YouTube. Somebody better wake some people up over there on YouTube and get some people who are I think are sleeping late. the the Periscope people are always up, always active. I don't care what time, day or night, but there are some people on YouTube who are sleeping, and they missed roll call this morning, so we have to get them out of bed. Um, I have to tell you another story. You remember the story with the airlines? What was it, United, where they dragged that poor man? Yeah, wake up, YouTubers! Where they dragged that poor man off down the aisle on the airplane. Oh no, somebody has an NFL draft hangover. Oh no, Crusader! I believe that was Crusader that I saw. Yeah, you have to. Sometimes you got to get away from that. You're like, it's so addictive to watch and see who they're going to get. Yeah, Crusader. Um, it costs more when the government shuts down. They back pay you for not working. Sounds like Congress. Yeah, really. Maybe that's why Congress likes it. Hubby Hog TV for draft picks. Told you they'd settle under the seal. Well, so far, Don, they have. Don't feel sorry for the man. He should have listened and got off. I don't know who that was about. You want me to mention the Hill people in Tennessee? Or no, 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 I don't, Mike. No mentioning that. So anyway, so you remember the guy that the Dr. Dowell, I think it was his name, as I recall. He got dragged down the aisle. Yes, the airplane guy, and so he settled. That was all taken care of. Of course, we'll probably never know how much he settled for, but that got settled. Here, person from Tennessee. Oh, how nice. United Passengers. He was talking. Okay, no, I'm going to go ahead and complain because there are people absent from that YouTube room. You need to get them in there. Um, so there was another incident after that one's been taken care of. You remember the other incident where a woman now is saying that one of the flight attendants sort of grabbed her stroller, hit her with the stroller. Probably, maybe I'm assuming accidentally, but um, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, the settlement amount is undisclosed. So now I don't know what's going to happen with the woman who supposedly got hit by a stroller. If you saw that, there was another a gentleman, a passenger. He got up and he was really angry. He told that guy, do that to me, and basically it won't turn out so well for you. So now there's a new one. I don't know if you heard about this one. It happened on April 18th. Did you hear about the new airplane incident? Anybody? Don't feel sorry for United Passenger. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of that United Passenger, but I'm sure he got a pretty good settlement. Okay, so now put yourself. Hey, Rhonda. Good morning. Put yourself in this guy's position. Okay, so there was a guy on Delta Airlines. This was in Georgia, and 50 million crusader. I don't know how. I mean, when you say that you heard that, I mean, I'm a little leery about that because usually those things are kept confidential. So I'd have to wait and see if I see it on other websites or something like that to really think that that's the correct figure. Um, so okay, so in Delta in Atlanta, this guy was all the passengers were sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours. Imagine yourself sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours. Sean is saying she heard 50 million too. So I don't know if you guys heard it in the same place or different ones. Yeah, I saw that, Lisa. It's how cute, right? Every day. um, so he's sitting on the tarmac, and he's got to go to the bathroom. I mean, can you imagine that if you're sitting on the tarmac that long, and you know that you have to go to the bathroom, right? So he they're saying, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom. And he's like, what are you talking about? We're just sitting here. And they're telling him, well, if you go to the bathroom, we'll miss our space in line to take off. We'll have to start all over again. I know. If you got to go, you got to go. I mean, yeah, really. I mean, how many of us, if you got to go to the bathroom, you're sitting there 2 hours, you really got to go. So he gets up anyway to go to the bathroom, and they're like, you need to go sit back down. So he goes and he sits back down. And then he gets up again because he's like, I got to go. So he goes into the bathroom, runs, uses the bathroom, and still they're basically they're not moving. They're still in the same place they are. And these are all allegations. I wasn't there, but whatever. Yeah, I'm going there or here, your choice. And I'll need a clean pair of pants or something. Let's unload it off the plane. Uh, Bill said he would just go anyway. Well, he did. He went anyway, and so this is all according to what's being reported. So he comes and he sits back down, and they're like, "I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave now." And he's like, "What?" They're like, "You're going to have to get off the plane. You're out of here." And he goes, "For what?" I mean, and the story says that he was very calm. He tried to stay calm on everything. And so he refused to leave. And, instead of him getting off the plane, I don't know if they told the passengers to do this or they just decided on their own, but they all got up. I know, an empty bottle. I know. They all got up and they got off the plane and left him on the plane. And of course, he's sitting there on the plane knowing with all this pressure, if I don't get off the plane, these people aren't going to be able to take off and everybody is going to be mad. So he finally he gets off the plane, and as they take him off the plane, everybody's getting back on. The FBI, the FBI is waiting for him at the gate. It's, I know. Make sure you go to the bathroom, or you have some way to, if you gotta go. Yeah, I know. So the FBI let him go. They didn't arrest him, and he thinks that he didn't get arrested because he was so calm, and he was so nice. He wasn't trying to be belligerent or anything else. He was just, saying, I'm sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. So there you go. I mean, I don't know what's happened to the airline industry and why we've gotten that way. I mean, you can figure that a lot of it comes from what they're so unsure about what's going to happen, and afraid there's going to be a terrorist attack and all that. I get all that, but when you got to go to the bathroom, and perhaps somebody from the airlines, if anybody's in here, maybe they could kind of explain to us. Now, I get it. If you're ready to take off and somebody's in the bathroom, you're not going to be able to take off. But is there any other reason why? Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Any other reason why you that you can't go to the bathroom? When you're ready to take off and somebody's really got to go. Oh, Laura, hey, good morning. Didn't he ask 30 minutes before? And they told, yeah, I mean, he asked for a long time, and they just kept saying, no, you can't go. And so, each time he would kind of go back, and then each time, he'd be like, I really have to go to the bathroom. So they would continue saying, no, you can't go. So, I mean, does anybody in the airline industry know, other than the fact that he may delay people? Some people get nervous flying. Hey, Kay, good to see you. I know FBI was probably probably didn't like the fact that the airlines wasted their time. Rhonda says the story doesn't add up. If he used the plane restroom, it would impact order on the runway. However, kicking a passenger off the flight would take the plane out of the schedule. I know, Rhonda, it doesn't make sense, but I could see, like, if they say, okay, it's time for you guys to go, and they're like, we can't take off because there's a guy in the bathroom. I get that. It just seems like they'd been there for 2 hours. And hey, Marie, good to see you. And so the story does sound a little weird. I don't know, but I mean, apparently there were other people who saw it. So, I mean, who knows? All of these stories, is it people trying to cash in, or, are they really doing all these things? Daughter's friend lasted 6 months as a flight attendant. Think things are getting nuts. Wow. Wow. And going through flight attendant school, isn't that program difficult, really strict? Going to have to wear safety helmets. It depends. There you go. There you go, Lisa. I'd rather drive. Flying, not for me. Yeah. Well, it's safer, right? At least if you want to go to the bathroom, you can just you can pull over and actually find a place to go to the bathroom. That's the good thing about it. Seatbelt light was on. You have to stay still. Yeah, I guess, Bill. But according to the story, they had been there for 2 hours. If they weren't number one for takeoff on hold, then it squares. Yeah, exactly. And who knows? I mean, again, maybe they were ready. They were next in line, and they said no. But they can have an adult changing table in the back. LA Child said they can have an adult changing table. Laura, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you're here. I haven't seen you in a couple days. How are how's your child? LA Child, that's so funny. Stop laughing. I wear it depends. Okay, Bill. Oh gosh. So we'll see if he gets any money, or if he's I think they compensated him something for another flight, and he kept telling them, I can't get I can't get off the plane. I've got to be back somewhere to do something. But so does everybody else that's on the plane as well. But hopefully he got that all squared away, and maybe that he won't sue the airlines for tons of money or something. Not sure why. Is Friday bot day? They have little bots doing crazy things. At what point in the 2 hour span he asked about the restroom? I know. I I know, LA King, LA Child. I don't know, Rhonda, if it sounded like He had tried to go to the bathroom twice. So I don't know if it was like minutes apart or, whatever. I don't know. Don't forget. Yes. Got to get going. Okay. Have to poll watching. Oh, have a great day, his song. Watch those polls really well, okay? You never know what you're going to see at the polls. All right. So, are you from Turkey? Good morning. How are you? Heard United now offers $10,000 for overbooking. Might be true. Yeah, that sounds a little high. Sounds a little bit high. What are you going to do about your deep state and U.S. Interfering around the world? I don't know. What are we going to do about it, Recon? Oh, you're from Istanbul. Okay, cool. We are in weird times. Must question all news. Exactly. Bill says he gets from the VA 56 Depends for free. Weaponized Truth. Good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. The truth is here. All right. So, more stuff. More controversy seems to be going on at Fox News. Anybody heard about that? Yeah, I mean, with the press, you've really got to decide which press that you should listen to, and I would say, do your homework before listening to. No, this isn't even Jesse Waters, Jerry. We talked about that yesterday. This is even more so than Jesse Waters. Anybody hear what the other controversy that's going on at Fox News? I know, Jerry. They're really going after people at Fox News. Hey, could you guys just that are here, please speak English because we don't. A lot of us don't speak another language. We'd like to know what you're saying. The discrimination suits in a roundabout way, Lisa, but no. Hello, Denny. How are you? So let me go ahead and tell you. And I never heard of this before, but there's a co-president, I guess, at Fox News, Bill Shine, and it's looking like that he no longer has the support of the CEO, and of course their last names are Murdoch. And Hannity went on Twitter and defended the co-president and said he hoped it wasn't true. And then later he tweeted, "Somebody high up and inside Fox News is trying to get an innocent person fired, and Gabe, I know who it is." So I don't know who he was talking to. He wasn't talking to Bill Shine, who is the co-president. Yeah, so the Hannity tweets, you saw that. Seems like they're getting rid of the conservatives. Oh, yeah. Big time. Ciao. Uh, and so there, and I guess he also said if the co-president goes, this is what Hannity says. If the co-president goes, it will be the end of Fox News channel. I know. Well, Jerry, I don't know if anybody's paying to get rid of him because yeah, Shepard Smith isn't going anywhere, Cully. He'll stay there because they love him. Um, it just seems that the Murdochs don't want them, beating the conservatives. They don't want him there anymore, so they want to get rid of him. Frankly, goodbye MSM. I know you can't trust any of them. So you always have to be careful of where you get your news and what you report. Dims might claim responsibility. I think they would probably stay out of it, honestly. Hey, Monique, good to see you. Glad you're here. They can have their little commie TV stations. We know truth. That's right, LA child. Shepard Smith writes for Fox. Really? Wow. The only thing, like the other day, and this is what I told you, when they were talking about the tax cuts, right? That President Trump, good morning from Texas. Good to see you, Barbara. That Donald Trump just did the 35 to 15% for corporate taxes and the reduced tax rate for the middle income and the lower incomes. I knew immediately that Fox News would be reporting, or Fox and everybody else would be reporting, oh, so the corporate tax breaks. That means that the rich are going to get richer, right? And it's so funny, not really, but Shepard Smith, first thing out of his mouth, I see him interviewing someone. They're talking about the tax breaks. First words out of Shepard Smith's mouth. Okay, so you mean that what he's done, lowering the tax rate for corporate, means that the rich are just going to get richer. And the guy's like, well, there's a lot of, tax breaks for everybody else. Well, you mean, though, that the rich are going to get richer. I mean, I'm not kidding you. He had to hone that point about 3 times to try to get that guy to say, yeah, the rich are going to get richer. I know, Lisa. I know. But you didn't you know? I mean, you knew that they were going to say that, right? I mean, it was almost scripted. CNN, we do not get it. Watched at a few friends, and is that it? People who work usually get richer. Duh. Tell a child. Fox is becoming liberal news. It absolutely is. Monique is saying Shep is extremely biased, condescending, and hateful towards Trump. Hates everything about him. I would say that's a fair assessment, Monique. Network, One American News Network. I went on a guest appearance on One American News Network a couple of times. Um, I don't know how they are now. When they had the guy that was replaced by Tommy Lahren, that was Rick Amato, I felt he was pretty good and it was conservative, but he's no longer there. Yeah, I don't know, Barbara. I mean, locally they're not that hot. I mean, and popular, but a lot of times people just cannot find the station. So that's why. So so there you go. Now I did another article this morning. I don't know if anybody saw it. It was on former President Obama. Did anybody see that article or hear anything about Obama? Good morning, intoxicated gaming. You must play a lot of gaming. Do a lot of gaming, right? Did anybody hear about what why Obama is in the news lately? Anybody on YouTube figure that out? Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Can you believe this? Obama he's scheduled to do a speech on Wall Street in September that he's going to be, thank you, Monique, he's going to be paid $400,000 for. Hey, Robert, good morning. Please share and invite everybody. That would be great. $400,000. And, here's a guy that talked about and always talks about, oh, you poor 99 percenters, I love you. I care about you. I'm just like you. We're all together, and blah blah blah. And everybody knows. Well, not everybody, but everybody should know. Of course, he's always been a 1 percenter. He makes about his net worth is about 12 million a year. Yes, Don, 400K. And good morning. Yeah, the rich will take the money. Yep. So $400,000 is his salary as for 1 year as president. $400,000. And so you might think, well, Bill Clinton, made a lot of money. It took Bill, as good as Bill was, right? It took Bill, what was it, 13 years or something like that to get $500,000. Or not 13 years, 13 speeches to make $500,000. Now, I know that, a lot has increased over that time, but, that's a lot of money. And so, as you might expect, some of the Democrats are sitting there going, wait, I don't understand. What are we talking about here? How did this happen? Wait, I thought you were one of us. So in particular, Senator Warren is all upset. She's in fact troubled by it. So can't stand. So you might understand that Senator Warren is probably troubled by it because when they were doing this interview with her and asking her, yeah, troubled. When they were asking her these questions about him, she basically, what did she do? just like a good capitalist should, which is nothing that she would ever admit that she is. She started talking about her book, the book that she's selling. Yes. And so she took the focus off of Obama, put the focus back on herself and on her book, and started talking about that, and just said that she was troubled by it. And what's amazing too, her net worth is about $8.75 million a year. So she's not too far behind Obama, and she certainly is in the 1%. So I don't know why she's so concerned about him. But I mean, what they're concerned about is that their lie is being uncovered and their lie is coming out in the public. And that's what, bottom line, that's what they're really concerned about. Warren got all that money from lobbyists. Yep. How to get rich in Congress. Yeah. Well, and where did she teach before? Was it Yale or something like that? And she made a lot of money there. So, the woman has never been without. Yeah, exactly. There's so many lies all the time. There's just so many. So, but it's so funny. And then I guess they asked Harvard, they asked Bernie Sanders his comment. Of course, he wasn't available. I'm sure because he was probably jet setting around someplace, so he wasn't available to have a comment about that. And my thoughts are Obama got $60 million on that book deal, right? And then he gets $400,000. Yeah, just like the common man. He's just like you and me because every speech that we give, right? Don't you make at least 400,000? I know that I do. So, hypocrites. Yep. Monique said hypocrites are indeed cats of another color. Bill wants to get his son into politics and run for office. Why, why? His state is the lowest economic status in the union. Yeah, LA Child, but Bernie's lies need to be uncovered too, right? Bernie is not this poor guy, and he also got a lot of money before from this, dropping out. You're selling too low. I know. My speeches I only get $1 for. Bernie never claimed to be poor. No, Bernie never really claimed to be poor, but he claimed it's like Obama. It's hypocritical. Just say, you know what? I have a lot of money. I'm not like you, but I feel that I can. See, that's what Donald Trump does. Donald Trump doesn't say, oh gosh, I'm just like you and I relate to everything that you do because I know that just like you, we're in the same tax bracket, blah, 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 blah. Don't be a hypocrite. If you make a lot of money, fine, say I make a lot of money, but don't sit there and tell everybody else that's following you, I understand you. I feel you. We're just the same. Because that's crap. And that's what Bernie does. He sits there and comes up with all these socialist policies and acts like he's going to partake in the socialism when out of the deal he got, what was it, a jet to jet set around. Hey Scott, good to see you. He jet sets around the world or anything where he wants to go now because they promised him, the ability to use the jet. Yeah. uh, so, I mean, after a while, it's like, come on. Again, there's nothing wrong with making a lot of money. Just don't act like you don't make a lot of money and act like that you feel for everybody else who doesn't. Like we're totally in the same thing. I know. Well, and that's, are you kidding me? That's what they do. I mean, that's what progressives do. They say the same thing over and over, and after a while, you believe it and you believe them. And you forget, how they live. It's just like Al Gore. Look at how he lives. Look at the mansion he lives in, and look at all the lights and electricity and how much it costs to run that place. And he tells you and me, oh, climate change, man, you turn your lights off. Things are bad. Come on. That's the problem. Just don't be hypocritical. Yachts, yep. Tillman 40, yeah, put on a sweater. Yeah, and again, if they were willing to live the same way that they were telling you to live, that'd be different. Do you see Al Gore not taking a plane? Do you see Al Gore driving a Prius or something? I mean, come on. People lying and get away with it. That's the problem. So Obama's going to make his $400,000, and that's kind of like for his first speech. I can only imagine how it's going to be. And Marie said it was insane. I thought to myself, hypocrite. She pays her female employees less too, and that's for uh, Senator Warren. Just like Hillary Clinton was accused of paying the females less than the women, less than the men, but then they come out there and say, oh, men and women ought to be paid equally. Well, why aren't you doing that policy? Biggest hypocrisy is traveling to climate change meetings in jets, dumping exhaust at 30, no filter. I know. And again, why aren't you, I don't know, taking a bus? Oh, okay, great. Lisa, talk to you soon, okay? And I might be back on tonight, so just watch out for it. Yeah, bots can't type. They can't do anything. 6 months back again? Yeah, I know. I try to ignore some of them just because I think they're just wanting to be blocked for a reason. So also now in California, we've talked a lot about this tax hike, as I've told you over and over again, you can't always look at it and go, well, it's just California, so who cares? Um, there are some other states that have already done kind of like the same thing that California is doing. That would be Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nebraska, Georgia, North Carolina, Indiana, and Florida. So, yeah, not good. Welcome, Paulo. This is your first time on Periscope. We all welcome you. So, what they figured out in California with the increase in the gas tax, that it's going to cost between $300 and $500 per driver per year. Oh wow, DiCaprio. Yeah, DiCaprio. He's another one. Leo. Oh gosh. Yeah, they said Indiana, Monique, as of January 1st. I don't know how much the increase was, but supposedly there was an increase. That's really weird, Shauna, because that's only you. Everybody else is still going. So anyway, in they're starting to fight back as much as we can. We have some radio hosts. We have Carl DeMaio. I don't know if you know who he is. He is um, he was in politics. He no longer is, and he is. There we go. He is going to. He's a radio host now in San Diego, and he's going to be fighting this along with. Hey, how are you, Luke? Good to see you. Fighting this along with Ken and gosh, what was the name of those people? God, I can't remember them. They're in L.A. My husband listens to them, and now I can't think of their names, but they're very popular. Huh? That's pretty weird. So they're going to be fighting along with some other people to try to get. What they're doing is there's John and Ken, isn't it? John and Ken. John and Ken. Yeah, they're going to be going after this one guy, Josh Newman, who was elected last year, just won by a narrow margin. He's up in Orange County. And they're going to go after him for a recall because they figure, because he had such a narrow margin, that they may be able to get him out. And he was the one that helped pass this gas tax. And that was funny how I said it. But anyway, Max, hey, how are you? Good to see you. But hopefully, they can do a recall and get him out. I mean, we were successful in getting a governor out, so you never know what they could do. It would be great. Yeah, I know, LA child. I said that and I went, oh my gosh. Wall was in Santa Monica. If you want to, Yeah, I'll have to go see if I can find him. I know, Jerry. I said it and I went, okay. uh, I think everybody on YouTube missed that joke, but I will let it slide. Oh, had to feed the cats. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to feed the cats or they'll just scream into you. Hey, Katie, good to see you. Um, okay, so has anybody else? What in the world is going on in Fox? Now, yeah, that's a flatulence tax, right, Mike? Made the gas tax less painful. Ah, that's so cool. So, did anybody know about this investigation that's going on at Fox News that we're hearing about? Anybody heard about it? I know, Lisa. They got nothing better to do. That's real. That's weird, Shauna. Well, I mean, there are claims that there are. I have no idea. Nothing's really been proven against Fox. Follow the money. Yep. Did Saudi money get invested into Fox? Anyone know? Hey, James. Good to see ya. Good to see you over here. I forget who you are on the other side, James. I always forget. Scott, you may want to refresh. So far, it's still going here, so maybe it just be you. Crawled out of the dumpsters, right, Laura? 13 million settlement. Yeah, well, it may be good enough for you, but it still claims there it was not adjudicated. So it looks bad, but it still doesn't mean that there was a conviction or anything else. Good. Yeah, they are under an investigation, and this is really weird. They have the DOJ who's investigating Fox supposedly. Yes, Monique Murdoch children are a huge influence on Fox. So, yeah, no, James, but I didn't know what your name was. That's the thing. I keep forgetting. When everybody switches back and forth, I don't know. Well, no, but if you want to have proof, you got to prove it. So until it's proven, it's an allegation, and there was a settlement. That's what the truth is. Louisville bandwidth crush. Oh, at least you're on the road, Scott. James is into house. Yeah. What wasn't being? I know, Bill. What isn't on the actually on the conservative side that isn't being investigated? Yes, it is Derby time soon. Roger and Bill for no reason. Didn't say it wasn't for no reason. They settled. You don't understand. When you have a settlement, nothing was proven. That's why they call it a settlement. Settlement isn't a conviction. Thank you. Thank you for helping re- say what I've been saying, but I guess I'm not being understood. Investigate CNN. Yes, Bill says investigate CNN. So supposedly the DOJ and the financial crimes experts from the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, which is kind of odd with all this, is they're now involved in a federal probe of Fox News. I mean, that's serious, serious, serious stuff. They're said to be asking employees regarding network managers and business practices. So perhaps this is something that is no, I perhaps this is something that is involving the allegations from the African Americans. I don't know, but it seems like this maybe was going on before the African Americans came out and said they weren't being hired, being discriminated against, or whatever. Well, just because 2 years, if somebody brings an allegation against you, would you want them to say if you settled? Well, 2 years, absolutely, he's guilty. No, you settled. So if you're going to apply those type of things to yourself, then you want to see justice and apply justice to everybody else. Saying that there was a conviction or saying that they're guilty, people will say that. You're saying that. But it's not the truth. I mean, we're here to look for the truth. And the truth is there was a settlement. That's it. That's all we know. And you can think what you want. I mean, doesn't matter. It still doesn't change the fact that there has been they're just nothing more than allegations. Innocent until proven guilty. That's right. So again, they say part of the investigation was reported to be focusing on the settlements made to women who alleged sexual harassment by former boss Roger Ailes. And they're also they're saying that looking at whether Fox had a duty to inform shareholders about settlements that they made. And CNN says, now this is CNN, so, take it for what it's worth, says they're also probing possible misconduct by Fox News personnel and asking questions about the overall environment at Fox. And they're also asking people inside Fox known as friends of Ailes. So, I no to you're assessing your opinion about my emotions on Fox News. See, again, you're describing things. You're making assumptions about what I think or don't think. So again, uh, you can think what you want, but it doesn't mean that you know the truth. You don't know how I feel. You don't know anything about what I feel, and it's not important. I'm telling you what's going on, and you can make your own assumption. Close the lid to the dumpster. I know. Can you believe? CNN lost credibility long ago, caught in conspiring and lying. This is what we do based on context clues. No, that's what you do. Don't generalize everybody else. Attack, attack, attack. I know. Use the bell thing on YouTube doesn't seem to be as fast as Periscope. James, that's why I let everybody on about a minute early on YouTube. Well, human behavior, but that doesn't mean everybody thinks the same to you. You can't put your views and opinions about what everybody else does on everybody else. I mean, you have to look and see. Different people have different opinions and for different reasons. So just don't assume that everybody has your opinion. Obviously missed a lot while blow drying. Yeah, LA child, I tell you, if you're away for 2 seconds, you miss a lot. The bells. I know, Shauna. I wish there was something that you could do with the bell. I know, LA child. Whenever you go away blowing your hair, this is what happens. You should wait till after the scope. Hey, continue. What gone? What is your name? Do you have a first name? Ask your opinion on the gay purge in Chechnya. You can ask, but I don't know about the gay purge on Chechnya. So that's all I can tell you. Marine One just landed at Andrews Air Force Base, now going to Atlanta. Huh. Where is he going? Is he going back to Mar-a-Lago? Is that where the Air Force One is going? Carmen was like, flowers would be sitting on. uh, 2 year. This is a discussion. I don't know. It seems like you're trying to get a point across. If you want to make a point, go ahead. Trying to challenge me on different things. I mean, I'm not here. It's not a boxing match. This is a discussion that we're having. If anybody else wants to talk to 2 Year about what he's asking, feel free. Answer any questions that he might put forth to you. It's Friday, okay, people? It's Friday. Um, You know, I thought yesterday they were saying in the news that they might do a repeal on Obamacare vote for today. You don't have to be in agreement 2 year. That's the benefit of being in a Periscope. You don't have to be in agreement. That's why, you and I don't have to agree. And it's okay. It's okay. Does it every scope. Yeah. He needs a scope Z bad. Don. And it's fine to ask questions, but when you're talking about when you're talking when you're talking about something and everybody just starts with what about this? What about that? What do you feel about this? Da, 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 da. It's like, what's your point? What is your point? And what's the point of bots? Really? What's the point? Ellie Child, you have been in Lee's scopes too long. Ah, wow. Rudgens, let me write that down. So, what is everybody going to be doing the rest of the day? I know, Mike, if you could get bots to paint your house, sheesh, we'd all have our houses painted. Thanks for letting us know, 2 years. People disagree with it. Yeah, it's probably. Ah, Steve Martin did that imitation. Great. Okay. What would happen if Trump just let Obamacare fail? Wouldn't this give the crybabies no other choice but to push Trump's plan? But see, Monique, it's not that easy. Okay, Robert, have a great day. I wish you were styling my hair. Um, they're not going to let it fail, Monique. They actually they wanted to take $15 billion of $30 billion that was for the that was earmarked for the military, and they wanted to have the government give them 15 million to put towards Obamacare. So they're not going to let it. They're not going to let it fall. They're going to do everything they can to pump money into it and stamp their feet and not let the Republicans have their way on getting the what's needed. Going to look into egg drop. Yeah, I mean, I've seen other people on egg drop. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Watch 2017. Ask him to look into it, but it's New York, not Sessions. Huh. Anybody have any plans for Friday or tonight, tomorrow, for weekend, anything? Shalom. Good morning. Or I guess it's evening somewhere. Common Sensible. It's your first day on Periscope. How are you? Yeah, but I thought we were going to I thought we were going to have a vote on that perhaps today. Oh, you work all weekend? Oh, Mike, that sucks. You just wrote and turned in an Emmy submission. That's great. Hope you get it. Not to go to work on Saturday and Sunday. Good for you. Okay, good, Marie. I'll be looking forward to that. All night prayer. Wow. From 10. Wow. Are you going to do the whole thing, Jerry? Surprised to hear the NAFTA news from Donald Trump. I know. First we were for NAFTA, then we were against NAFTA, and now Donald Trump is saying, "Well, let's maybe try to renegotiate it." I mean, I don't blame him for doing that. Want to go to LA for Robert to style me? Isn't Robert in Hawaii though? Doing it on Facebook and Skype. Okay. All right, Jerry. I don't know if Trump is a globalist. There are some people that say that Trump said he was a nationalist and a globalist. I have no idea. I know. Let's all go to Hawaii and we'll get appointments with Robert. Robert does some scopes where he's styling hair. He does a good job. He's a negotiator for sure. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with negotiating. Yeah, because it's like Shauna was saying that he said he was going to renegotiate, and if it doesn't work, then they'll just back out of it. And they've started the process, I believe. Oh, he lives in LA? Okay. Eggplant parmesan. Ooh. Hey, Jerry, have you ever grilled eggplant? You haven't lived until you have grilled eggplant. Indiana is for stormy weekends, so I'm going to mow the lawn and then hit the garden and rearrange some. Oh, wow. Maybe she can. I missed that one. Grilled is awesome. If anybody's ever, if you like eggplant, just put it on the grill, put some olive oil, and yeah, he's the president of the United States, not the world. Exactly. Put it with some olive oil and some Italian seasoning. Put that on top. Turn it over a couple times. Yep, there you go. And then at the end, put some mozzarella cheese and some tomatoes on top of that. Let it grill a little bit, melt a little bit, and it's wonderful. Dawn also likes grilled squash. Squash is amazing. That's what Don was just saying. He loves the same thing. Nationalist globalist is American who will trade with the other countries. Yeah, I mean, I know people like to criticize Donald Trump, but so far, is compared to his counterpart, if you will, from 8 years ago. I think he's doing pretty well. Why is the left so word stuck? I don't know. And Bill put an eggplant up and said yuck. Banana wrapped in bacon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Has anybody ever had dates wrapped in bacon and baked? Anybody had that? Now that have you I mean that is amazing. This is doing a cooking show. I know. I'm gonna break out my baking here and get the bacon wrapped in the around the dates and have it ready for everybody. Bacon on everything. Dates actually calling. I mean, I couldn't believe this. You can some I went to a party and they had dates and they wrapped bacon around it and they had put it in yeah, I don't know. It wasn't I don't know what it was stuffed with. Not peanut butter. But they put it they baked it and my gosh. I thought I would hate it. It was amazing. Bill says he hasn't even had a date. It's almost lunchtime now. James is hungry. Should have a cooking segment. I know. I did one time, Monique, when Periscope was first out. I made my husband a birthday cake from scratch, red velvet 2-layer birthday cake, or was it? No, it was 3 layers. And I Periscoped that whole thing. I had a lot of people. They loved that. Cut bananas into 3 pieces, wrap in bacon, and oh my god, and wrap it with a toothpick, cook in fry pan. Oh my gosh. Bacon squared. Yeah, anything with bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Maybe we should wrap bacon around bacon and either deep fry that or. Yes. Somebody calling my name? Yes. Bill is down south, loves bacon and pineapple. Everything is better with bacon. Okay, everything. So you have to know if it has bacon, it's probably good. Now, if you could just learn how to wrap ice cream in bacon and make it work, that would be great. They have a fair here, and I'm sure they have it where you are too. Uh, but they have a they deep fry everything. Like they'll hey news for you. Oh, I just missed that. Whoever said that. They deep fry everything. I'd like to slap some people with my bacon hands. L.A. Child said. Oh, later, Trumpers got to go help women feel better about themselves. Great, Barbara. Well, you've helped all of us feel better about ourselves here today. Real bacon, not that fake crap. Yes, and get pork belly done the right way. Oh, hubby likes weaved bacon in place of bread for burgers. Oh my gosh. Well, that's probably a heart attack waiting to happen, isn't it? Ah, thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it. Wow, but they take this and they literally they deep fry everything. So they'll take like a Snickers bar and they'll deep fry it and they'll sell it at the fair and people eat that stuff. Shauna says she has a lot of venison in the freezer and lobster, and we have hogfish and grouper. Ooh, I mean, a lot of people love that. Deep fried Snickers. Telling you, Bill, fried dried ice cream sandwiches. Eat them anytime. Wow. Only 3 minutes. I know. Has anyone tried frozen bananas with strawberries in their smoothies? Wow. I love the frozen bananas. It is so good. Sounds amazing. LA is a bacon town. What what isn't a bacon town? If you're not a bacon town, you shouldn't be part of the United States, right? We always have this running joke on Twitter about bacon. Everything has to be in bacon. Hogfish is so good. Used to be called deerfish, but not so PC, I guess. I've never even heard of hogfish. Deep fried cheesecake at the fair. Oh my gosh, really? Bacon is best. Like deep fried pickles. Oh, Cully says he likes deep fried pickles. Anybody ever had that? Bill's saying deep fried ice cream. I think they do have some ice cream sandwiches that are deep fried at the fair. I can't imagine. Chocolate covered bacon. Oh my gosh. Now stop with that stuff. Yeah, that would be, Amy, that would be amazing. Why is bacon so good? What is that? Okay, Utah. Thanks so much for coming in. Yeah, I know. That does sound really, really, really good. We know who you got anyway. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, we have we're the hour is up. I thank you for taking me through the menu today with bacon. That was really good. Love that. Again, it might be back on tonight, so always make sure that you're watching. Oh, yes, Mike, that's how it's done in the South, and that's why it's so good. But might be back on, so just whatever you're doing on Friday night. If you're not doing anything, drop in for the scopes, drop in for the YouTube. Thank you for being here. I know, Don. Vegemite, nope. Shauna, nope. Oh, you're making me hungry. I know. It's not time for me to eat, so that's okay. Bacon time with Susan. Yeah, I'll do my cooking show. That'll be great. All right, you guys, have a good day. We will talk really soon. Thanks for being here. And I never see you, Periscope never wants me to go. See you guys. Take care. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for being in YouTube today. Thank you for sharing. It was a great afternoon weekend. Thank you, Monique. I'll keep my eyes open. All right. Monique, yeah, if you have, make sure you click on the bell, Monique, because that will be the little notification. And hopefully, hopefully they get that bell ringing on there when they come on with YouTube. So anyway, you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Drop in for the recipes. Every now and then on Friday, you got to have a little bit of fun, right? Thanks, Bill. Thanks for being here. Thanks, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll see you later today. Take care.